All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And in case you're wondering what you're hearing, yep, that's the rain I was telling you about that comes about during the afternoon period. Well, anyway, we are now in the quarterfinal phase of our competition here. And thank you to alphabets.com, Navigator Q Tips, Shelby's Billiard Lounge and Restaurant, Shooters Makati, Dungeons Pool Lounge in Jakarta, Indonesia, Big Japan Pool Studio and Gallery, and the sponsoring venue for today is Midas Hotel and Casino. Well, yeah, the rain's kind of loud, but we're all doing fine here. So Victor Piskarev takes on Ruairi McCarroll in this quarterfinal showdown, and this is a race to three. So that means the first player to win 3 racks will advance to the semifinals. And of course, they are one of 8 players competing here in this round. So let's see. All right, there is Victor Piskarev, as usual, showing his very jovial personality as he will be breaking. Nice one there. And he makes a ball, so he's going to get to continue. All right, so while, of course, the tables here continue again, you can see some of the competitors here. You saw there earlier, Ruairi McCarroll, one of the competitors here. He's the guy with the name on the right, and of course, that's him right there. So imagine this. We're in the quarterfinals phase, and this is a race to 3. So the first player to win 3 racks will be advancing to the semis and have a chance to become the champion. And this is going to be a big deal here for this man, Victor Piskarev, rather. Of course, Ruairi McCarroll looking on here. So this is going to be an interesting layout here. Things look pretty good from this side. Nice one. Threads the eye of the needle there with that shot. That's a beauty. All right, it's got a pretty simple layout. I mean, okay, I'm thinking that could try the sink. Is that the over there? Yeah. To try and sink that there. Perfectly played. That's exactly what he needed to do. Now to get position for the 8 rather, we'll have to approach this a little differently here. So try to at least get off the rail and then use the natural angle that he'll get from this. Oh, but wait a second. Did he put himself in a pickle? Or is he okay? I think he did. Because he has to pull out the jump cue. And well, he's going to have to pull off something here. see what. Let's see here. He pulls his jump shot off right. Should still get position on the 8 ball. Oh, but no. That's a foul. Okay. And I guess Victor's just going to have to wait. And he was saying, didn't quite get the stroke right. Again, the jump shot is not one of the more commonly practiced shots, but of course it can be very helpful in situations such as what happened there, which is why it's a huge deal. Let's see what will happen here. So Ruairi McCarroll stepping up to the plate this time, and since he has the stripes as his color, as his set, he'll definitely go through that. Starts off with the 10 here, taking advantage of the opening there. And of course, I'm betting he will try as much as possible to not go for that striped ball near the pocket, just in case, because he will want to at least have some measure of some insurance against the opponent's ball. And there it is, doing a good job so far. So this is how it is when you're a player. You have to really go around the table to figure out how your shots are going to go. I mean, this is where all great players such as Efren Reyes and Francisco Bustamante do. They go around the table, they take their time, they dissect the table as much as possible. They take no questions. I mean, they take the time to question rather the layout, see it for themselves, and map it from there. And from that alone, you could become a much better player just by making sure of what's on the table. I mean, going around is nice. And the good thing is he's not in a hurry. All right, he's gonna go for this tactic. And go for it already. He feels confident that he can seal the deal if he makes this rack. He can seal the deal, so it's pretty straightforward here. All he has to do is make this 12 ball. And then go for the 15. I believe that's a 15 or 14. Yeah. Go for that. And then that should sum up nice and easy for the 8. Shouldn't require too much, really. All right, so Ruairi McCarroll hoping to get the first rack of his quarterfinal match. Right, Ruairi McCarroll drills it in. So he takes a 1-0 lead over his opponent here, Victor Piskarev, and I'm just gonna wait and see here once he starts setting it up. So again, said the rate has calmed down. So fortunately for everyone here, we're pretty much dry here. That's the good part. The only challenge now really is just, of course, the only real challenge left is who will be the champion here. And again, this one-day tournament featuring a lot of great players here, a lot of great amateur players. And these are professionals who are also passionate about the sport, which is why they put in the time and effort to get into the sport to do this, even if they of course have their own lives to run outside of that, like their business, if they have the business owner, like the businesses they own or the jobs they have. All right, apologize for that minor drop there. Anyway, while we're at it, it looks like it's time for Ruairi McCarroll to try and take advantage here. Nice break. Can he get a ball down? It looks like he's going to get one. Nice job. He's got a ball. That's perfect. It's beautiful here. All right. So again, the Asia Pool Challenge 2025 Manila leg continuing here, and the team challenges will start tomorrow. So they'll run from tomorrow until the 23rd. So 3 days of the teams battling it out to get the most points. So right now, Ruairi looking around, trying to figure out how to approach this, which balls are the best here. Obviously, the solids seem to have the best combination of spread and defense, but he's going for the stripes, which I think he might be gambling are a better bet. So the showdown continuing here. Ruairi looking around. He does see a ball that can pass there. It could potentially pass. He's just making sure. Checking out the paths here. I mean, he has a lot of balls that he can consider. He has a few balls he can consider here. But the question will always be, of course, nice one there. I wonder if he's thinking of the 15 as his next ball. I think he is. From that angle, it seems like the 15 is the only ball that has a legitimate chance of going in anywhere here. So he's going to try and set this up. Go for the side.
Where's Michael? Where's Michael Turnley?
Nice shot there, and look at that.
Okay, you're gonna play Mr. Bustamante first.
Wow, knocked that ball in, and also got the 10 ball lined up perfectly. That's nice.
Okay, so we're gonna start the Django Mr. Batareas challenge. You know the conditions. You have to pay $100, and you won't get it back even if you, by any chance, you beat them. You will pay our collector here, Madame Ish. Yes, the treasurer. So please pay. Huh? No.
All right, there we go. The Announcer there just making the call about those who want to challenge Efren or Django to some pool one-on-one. Of course, they'll just have to pay for the
So
privilege.
yes, you're allowed to take photos or film yourselves.
Or have photos or videos. That's right. That's pretty cool. So that's happening there. I think we're gonna try and see if we can send our camera that way later. In the meantime, still focusing on this match as Ruairi McCarroll just levels that one and
Okay, let's start.
picks up another one. Now he just needs one more rack. He's already on the hill. And we will see if Ruairi McCarroll can still come back or if Victor Piskarev can mount his own furious rally. All right. So while we are waiting for that match to start up, of course, we have a patron here, or one of the wanting to take on Efren. Here at table number 8. He wants to take on Efren, of course. And I can't blame him. He wants to see how... Oh, he's taking on Django here. All right, it's going to be fun. Of course, Francisco Bustamante definitely going to have fun here. You can see, look at that stroke. The classic uneven stroke. But in the meantime, we'll switch back to our regular scheduled programming here. And there's Victor Piskarev making a ball on the break. Well, make that 2 balls on the break. A stripe and a solid each. Great start. And if Victor does what I think he plans to do, he might just score this match. Or he might score this rack for himself in a big way. Because he needs this. Just trying to figure out which one to go for. Alright, took advantage of that. And to be fair, the stripes do seem to be less problematic. I mean, as long as he comes up with a plan of potting them, he should be fine. I'm not even worried about, I'm not worried about him having a plan for it. Of course, the execution's going to be the bigger question. He's trying to take advantage of it here. Well, in the meantime, you can still hear the cheers in the background for those who are watching the exhibition games featuring Francisco Bustamante, Efren Reyes, and of course, fans who are willing to pay up to enjoy the experience of taking on a legend of pool. Well, 2 legends of pool, especially here in the Philippines. And so far, Victor looking good. I think he's giving himself a decent chance here. Although I am a little concerned about one stripe here. Let's see if he'll get position. That's going to be a key here. Well, I think he might have gotten just enough. It's going to be a huge, huge shot. If he can knock this in, set it up, it's going to be good. There you go. Nice shot. All right. And this 8-ball to give Victor Piskarev his first rack of this match and a chance to at least bring it to a hill encounter. Oh, that rattled in. Well, still, great performance by Victor Piskarev as he picks up his first rack, although Ruairi McCarroll still on the hill. And while we are checking that, it's not a bad idea to check on our match here, to check on the exhibition game happening. Ooh, okay. Well, let's see. And there's Francisco Bustamante. This guy, well, I mean, just watch his stroke alone. You will wonder. See how the cue stick wiggles and wags around, and he somehow hits it very, very cleanly. And of course, in his prime, and even till recent years, known as one of the most powerful breakers. Known for having one of the most powerful break shots in all of pool. I believe he recorded a break recorded a break in the 40s in terms of speed. Oh man, you can break balls that quickly, and you gotta be something else. Ryan McCarroll this time going for, ooh, he went for a less head-on break, but still, and this time didn't get anything to go, which is why Victor Piskarev is now looking at another opportunity, and I'm sure he wants to tie this up. You would love nothing more than to be able to advance to the semifinals and possibly onto the championship. He's going for the solids there. Nicely done. So far he's got the solids down. Okay. Does have one challenging solid ball that he might have a problem with there. I believe that's a 6. Let's look at this ball, though not. Oh, well, for those who are watching, of course, for those who are asking, yeah. I mean, Django was just having fun there. And I think that was the reaction of the crowd on the prior shot. Well, while we're at it, yeah, see what happens there. So that was what was happening earlier, but we'll have some more of that after this. There we go. Nice. Still posing with Django. Happy to pose with him. In the meantime, Victor is looking ready to make a
Next
run
up,
here.
the captain of the Singapore Stingers, Stuart Lee, against the great legend, Mr. Efren Batarayes.
Looks like it's going to be Efren getting his shot there.
Oops. If anybody wants to play against Django later on, there's still room. So let me know. I will add you to the list. Mr. Reyes' list is already full.
Well, let's see. Let's see if Victor can continue running this out. In the meantime, there's Efren Reyes ready to accept a challenge from a paying patron. There we go. He's got a fan who wants to, of course, have the privilege of facing him. I mean, let's be honest, it's really different when you're taking on, you're getting to face your idols, so to speak. He's looking now. Alright, let's see if Victor can map out the strategy here. He's just taking as much time as he needs because, again, clearing a rack in 8-ball because there's a lot more balls to go around. It proves to be an additional challenge here, and he's really trying to figure out here what his best option is. And it looks like the 3 might actually be his best option at this point. What he'll probably do is see if he knocks into any of the other balls. There it is. It's fine. He's trying to see if he's got room here to knock this in. I think he does. He's looking at it. It seems he might have some room after all. And the 5 and finally the 8. That's going to be his last challenge there. Oh, he decides to just play a safety. And force Ruairi McCarroll to have to run this out as well. Well, Ruairi can see some options here. He's going for the 9, which is right at the mouth of the side. So again, taking his time weighing this. Then when we take a break later between racks, we'll go switch back to the exhibition game featuring Efren Batares. And of course, you'll get to see the experience. I believe it's one of the team captains who actually has that. Yeah, I believe they're good.
Something for your memory book there, Stuart. I run the table on Efren Batareyes. Not everybody can say that. Next up, Martin Brown from Jakarta. Martin, where are you?
Meantime, this is just one of 4 quarterfinals matches happening. So the winner of this match will continue on to the semifinal round. He's looking in control so far. So far, looking good. He just wants to set himself up for the 8. Well, here comes the 8 to close it out. There it is. And one of our semifinalists who will be barging in is Ruairi McCarroll. Congratulations to him. So we'll just be waiting for the results of the other quarterfinals matches, which are also races to 3. Great effort by Victor Piskarev. He actually put on a great effort, but at the end of the day, Ruairi McCarroll did what was necessary to win. So while we are waiting for that, we'll switch back to this one, the exhibition game, featuring members from the APC teams taking on Efren Reyes and Francisco Bustamante. And right now, you can see the magician showing his typical skill there. Oh, nice. Nice, he got that. And again, if you have to remind everyone that Efren may be best known for his exploits in 9-ball. But even in sports but even the related disciplines, such as 8-ball, he can excel as well. I mean, we remember the time when the IPT tour was still around. The IPT was still around, and and of course, he won the King of the Hill. He also won I believe it was the North American 8-ball challenge. So all the matches there were in 8-ball, and Efren did pretty well for the most part. See how the level of control to get there. The level of control. You saw how he spun that. This is amazing.